What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review. Tonight, we're here for Raising Kanan. This is season 5, episode 4, Pawns and Rooks. I want to first start off this video with rest in prayer, rest in peace, rest in power to a fellow YouTuber, sister, friend, Miss Honey, Mahalia Terrell. A lot of you on this channel have came to me because of Miss Honey. She shouted me out in a lot of videos. She supported my business. Even when I was doing my pop-ups and I came to Atlanta, she came and supported me there as well. She was just a beautiful spirit, a beautiful person. Even though she wasn't putting videos up on YouTube right now, we stayed in contact in other ways. Just a month ago, she just sent me some nice little meme on YouTube, on Instagram, about staying positive and uplifting and things of that nature. So she will be a Miss Spirit, and I was just wondering what was going on with her, because she always, no matter how absent she was from her channel, she always came back for Raising Kanan. This was one of her favorite shows. So just want to dedicate this video to her. We don't know much about her passing. Her niece posted it on her YouTube channel that this was pretty sudden. So I'm assuming unexpected as well. And as I learn more, if you want to learn more as well, then I'll share it with you. But yeah, rest in peace to Miss Honey. So this episode is called Pawns and Rooks. It had a lot of twists and turns in it, a lot of unexpected things happen. And I think this is one of the first times that I could actually associate the Pawns and Rooks with the actual episode itself, the name of the episode with the episode itself, because we saw that Breeze was in there playing chess. I think a couple times he was playing chess, which, if you know the game of chess, those two of the pieces are called pawns and rooks. The pawn's job is to make it across the board and become the queen. Protect the king, become the queen. And the rooks, all the pieces' jobs are to protect the king, so to speak, but the rooks are kind of limited in their movement. They can go forwards, backwards, side to side. The pawns can only go forward or diagonally if something is not in their way, until they become a queen. In that way, they can rule the board. But anyway, that's what this episode is called. So, Kanan and his crew, they out on the corner. You know, he got some new little youngsters out there. One of them is named Crank. One of them is called Primo. The rest of them, I guess we don't even care, because their name didn't show up in the credits. It was a gang of dudes out there, and money was flowing. More money, more money, more money. And Kanan was eating it up. I was surprised to see Kanan out there on the corner too. I mean, all the fiends was rolling up. You know, every TV show, every movie that you've always seen, always had a system how they move this product. Somebody will drive up, they'll talk to another person, they'll get the heads up to the person across the street. The person across the street will take the money, and then the dude will go around the corner or something like that, and then pick up the product from some other place. Nothing is supposed to be connected in case they get rolled up on. So we see a lot of that, and you see a whole lot of tires screeching. Everybody got Pintos, everybody got Gremlins, everybody got Pacers rolling up to this spot. And then we see Taz roll up in his Gremlin, I think it was, and he, he stopped in front of Kanan and them two, double parked in the middle of the street, which is so freaking obvious if there was a cop or somebody undercover watching them. But he stepped up to check on Kanan. Well, to check Kanan, because apparently when the block got hit, Taz said it's because he had a lack of manpower. Now, I don't know what the heck Taz talking about, because the way that Rock's men rolled up on that corner, I don't care how many men was out there, they can't shoot. Rock men couldn't shoot. They didn't hit a doggone thing but some car windows. Kanan men couldn't shoot either. They didn't hit nothing either. All that firepower, and nothing was hit but some windows and brick walls. So Taz can keep that mess for himself, right? Um, and Kanan was like, well, I don't even know why I'm talking to you because, this is above your pay grade. And why am I talking to the help? And Taz say, well, you talk when I fucking tell you to talk. So he coming out there trying to hold check Kanan, trying to hold check his man. Kanan boys kind of stood down. One of them was on the ready. He had his hand in this little thing like, what you want me to do, Kanan? But Kanan didn't signal that he wanted to do anything to him at that time, right? Because everybody know that Taz don't have the juice like Breeze is supposed to, which I'm kind of disappointed in. Because you would think that it was like-minded folks around you in this business. They try to step Taz's game up a little bit in this episode, but it's kind of like a little too late. Because Taz don't strike fear into nobody. None of them, not even the corner boys. I mean, and look what happened to the twins last week. They came out telling him, oh, we thought you was a loser. We thought you was gone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our winner, Taja, last week for having an answer. When I asked what was the show that the twins originally appeared on, and that reality TV show was The Circle. So big ups to her. She ran a brand new cell phone, got all the little bells and whistles on it, right out the emoji vault. That way she could hear what's going on the streets instead of having to waiting for somebody to roll up on them in the doggone pinto. Okay, so and she even got a landline phone, just in case of bad weather, because we've been having bad weather here. My power turned off the other day. Anyway, Kanan was like, what the fuck ever. When it came to Taz, he wasn't sweating him right now. So we go back to the church. Marvin's still sitting in there with the pastor, and the reverend is trying to give him some advice on how to make it to heaven. You know what I'm saying? He actually don't know what it takes for him to get to heaven. His job is to make sure he gets as close as possible. Pastor say we ain't gonna never know how we end up though. We don't even know if people actually go there. Let's go and tell them the truth, Pastor. We don't even know if there is a fucking heaven, okay? But he tell him all that matters is the purity of the heart when they're getting ready to meet their maker, when they're getting ready to meet God. And I call absolute bullshit on that. Sorry to all my Christians. I don't believe that bullshit, right? You're gonna try to tell me that we could be down here just being a total fuck up all of the days of our lives, killing, raping, scheming, pillaging, and everything every day of our life. And on our death day, we could say, you know what, Lord, I believe in you, forgive me. And then we forgiven and given the place in heaven. That's some bullshit. That's some utter fucking bullshit. Fuck all that. All is forgiven. Fuck. No, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit. God is a vengeful God. And you can tell me just on that one fucking day, because he said that on the day of his death, that God gonna forgive him and give him the space in heaven. Everybody gonna get to walk on fuck on in. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, Marvin is like, um, he feeling some kind of way because he ain't sure if he gonna ever get right with God. You know, they acting like psychos don't believe in God too. Okay, hell, half of these psychos think that God is ordering their doggone steps. Okay. But anyway, the pastor did try to offer him some comfort, say, look here, come on down to Sunday service, have some communion with us, and it make you feel a little bit better about your burdens, right? Well, long time no see, Raquel gets to meet Joaquin. And Joaquin, it says, back in the day, because of our history, we don't do business with each other. He had already told Rock he didn't want to do business with Queens anyway. But since Rock is moving in Manhattan, she see a window of opportunity where they can make some money. She need powder. Joaquin got powder. And I was like, well, what happened to the Afghan Rafiq? What was he offering her? Was he giving her brown sugar? What? Because I know she went out here pushing pills. That's what Kanan ended up pushing. I don't understand how Rock is moving right now. And I still don't understand what Juke is doing either. She meet up with Garcia. She give him a stack of money. And he is pissed at this light. First of all, what was the agreement? What the fuck are y'all agreeing on? What was the deal? She said that y'all supposed to be helping each other, exchanging information. I don't see that Garcia gave her any type of information. And what information is she looking for? Juke made him the offer before she agreed to go work with Marvin, so it can't be affecting the business, because she didn't even know about the fucking business at first. What the heck is she paying Garcia for? And I'm like, well, where'd she get this money? Because she still ain't stealing like she used to. Where'd she get this money? Is she skimming money off the top at the bar? Okay, this whole switch up with Garcia don't fit my narrative or my idea of him either. Because first he this fucking gung ho ass cop that out here searching for a cop killer. They never had showed us any indication that Garcia had money problems or that he was a dirty cop beyond the fact that he abuses his power. Because we very clear that he does that. But now all of a sudden he threatening to kill her over some extorted money. What is he doing? This who wrote this and why did they write this like this? Because like again, we don't know what the fuck he's supposedly doing for her, but threatening her damn life. I mean, he got Juke shook too. Got her shook. Okay. Oh, Jamaica Nicole. Speaking of shook, Pino Bernardi. Yeah, Bernardi. He shook too. Okay, he a little shook by Stefano because he want Rock to go over there and kiss his ass. Now he just told Stefano last week that he don't give a fuck about him and he run his own business, but now he wants Stefano off his back. Last episode, he was a fucking tough guy. Now he dares to tell Raquel to go over there and make smooth with him. You know, last week he was Babe motherfucking Roof, and you know, Stefano was like my little cousin on the T-ball game. What the fuck? Now Stefano is a thorn in his side that he so much so that he won't Rock to smooth it over him. Rock is like, we ain't got nothing to say to each other. And she told your stupid ass from the giddy up that she don't fuck with Stefano. But now that Rock is sitting here with him, it makes her look like she desperate. Because it's like she gonna do what the fuck he say do. And Stefano too, for real. Stefano too, because according to Bernardi, well, Pino, let's call him Pino, Stefano is whining to whoever is over them about him working with Rock. Like, I'm gonna go tell mama or some shit. Okay. So we go back over to Breeze, and one of the dudes that was out there with Kanan again was Crank, right? Well, Crank is in there making his little drop. He decided he gonna snitch to Breeze. I want to let you know what's going on with Taz and Kanan, right? Everybody seems to got a mouthful of something to say about everybody else. These are the most snitching ass thugs and gangsters I've ever seen in my doggone life. And this is my prediction. Listen to what Crank say. Taz, either they possibly gonna think that Taz is the one that hit up the corner, I'm saying, or he just trying to, make sure that tension is felt between Breeze and Taz, because again, he is one of Kanan's boys, right? So anyway, it's lining up. It's lining up. But Rock, she go ahead and go down there to Stefano like Pino asked her to do. And he like, why the fuck are you here? I don't want to talk to you. And she was like, I don't want to talk to you either. Okay, we ain't got nothing to say each other. Then he tell her, look, I got a new partner anyway. His name was Breeze, and he out there running shit, making you look better than you ever could, right? So she like, yeah, I know Breeze. And since you're so happy with that motherfucker, why you still got my name in your mouth? Okay? Why you still crying like a little salty ass side chick? Move the fuck on. We ain't been type done, okay? So his little feelings got hurt, talking about, I don't give a fuck if you carrying Pino's baby. Don't you ever fix your lips to talk to me like that again. I'll bury your ass. And I'm screaming at the TV like, Rock, check this motherfucker. Check this Pompanino, okay? Check his ass. But she didn't know. She didn't check him. She stood her ground a little bit, but she didn't check him like I wanted her to check him. She looked like Pino. You said, Stefano, you said, Pino said you wanted to talk to me. And now I'm here and you ain't got nothing to say. What the fuck do you want from me, right? He want money. He want Rock to pay him for leaving him. An exit fee is what he called it. And because she chose to do business elsewhere, she got to pay him. But Rock is like, bitch, you the one who did that idea. Fuck, I didn't leave nobody, okay? And I was like, she better not fucking leave this table saying she gonna pay him a motherfucking thing. I am so sick of them cowering to these motherfucking Italians. I'm so sick of this shit, right? You supposed to be a goddamn boss. Rock move like a motherfucking boss. And did. And she motherfucking did. She said, I ain't paying you a goddamn thing. I ain't paying you shit. And he like, Pino can't protect you forever. Fuck forever. I'm here right now, motherfucker. What you gonna do? Hold check, fool. Right? Okay. Stefano looked like, oh no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Oh yes, she did. And I was here for it. Okay. I'm like, that's right. That's motherfucking Raquel Thomas right there. That's the motherfucker I'm used to saying. That's the one I need to see come back. Stop letting these motherfucking Guidos punk you. Okay. Kanan, on the other hand, didn't realize Breeze was punking him. Y'all supposed to be partners, but Breeze got you out here on the corners working, handling his lightweight. Breeze tell Kanan and Taz coming up short and he need to be checked. And Kanan gonna do his dirty work for him. Anybody with a brain should know that if the money is funny, Breeze is not gonna let that shit slide. He would have handled it himself immediately. But Kanan too stupid to realize that because he want to get Taz so motherfucking bad himself. Hold on, y'all. I'm always cooking chicken when I record. Anyway, Rock get over and download Marvin on the problem they have being Stefano, right? So they need to handle it before Stefano step to them. Now, she doesn't want any type of action to happen that's going to connect it back to them. So Marvin says he finna call some dudes from Memphis, some white boys, to come out and handle things. You know, this is a new twist too. I have never heard them mention anybody past DC to come help them, especially some white boys down in Memphis. So anyway, Kanan and Tiana is now a thing. Again, their meetup last week was so fucking random. I still don't understand why Flossie will be sending her to Kanan, some 17 fucking year old that she ain't vetted as a client. Okay. But Tiana, she cool with fucking a fucking child. Okay. He cool with having to pay for some pussy because that's what niggas do, right? But as long as he get info on his mama. Actually, he don't give whatever. Anyhow, somehow Tiana is smitten by him. She liked the fact that he young. Okay. She liked the fact that he's not an old 50-year-old white dude. So it make it feel like she ain't hoeing for him. And I'm like, why would Flossie send her fucking best girl to a goddamn teenager in Queens? You can't make me understand that shit. Okay? She presented herself as a top shelf pimp with top shelf clientele and got top shelf hoes. Yet we got Tiana out here with some motherfucking sob story. Oh, my brother is special needs and my grandmama in rehab and I got to give money for that. That's the same old tired stripper story that they normally give. But whatever. Okay. She got to be the breadwinner in the family. She got to be the one to take care of things. So she out here selling pussy to pay bills. And, you know, she got a bachelor's degree because she's smart as a motherfucker. But that ain't helping paying her bills. I mean, she got a BA in psychology. I was like, where's my tiny violin? Where is it at? And now they got Kanan's teenage behind in bed with another grown-ass woman. And one with loose lips. Now she up here telling Kanan all her motherfucking business. And she even said to herself, why am I telling you all this shit? He's like, because you like me. Okay. Why would you be telling this motherfucker not only are you tricking that you running drugs? Make that make sense to me. Okay. Apparently, his teenage Johnson so motherfucking good that she willing to risk her life and her job to stay with Kanan. Because she like him. Oh, anywho. The Memphis boys in town. I'm gonna call him the Memphis Mafia, the Memphis Mafioso, the Memphis Mayhem. Oh, baby Jelly Roll child. Look, they stick out like a sore thumb for me. The Finn, he's the big one in the beginning, and I'm hoping his work ain't sloppy. The other two, I guess we don't need to know who the fuck they are because they didn't in the credits either. Okay, now Tiana, this high-paid hoe is on a shopping spree with Kanan. And then she get all of her motherfucking feelings because he want to buy her whatever she want up in the store. You just think I'm just like the rest of them. You treat me like the rest. You treat me like I'm a hoe too. Bitch, you are a hoe. Okay? It's too early in the fucking game for you to be fucking up like this, Tiana. Somebody please put a cap in her ass. Please. These hoes are not loyal to the game. She not loyal. But baby, they did a twist on me right here. I was not ready for this shit. I wasn't ready. They trying to make us feel for her, you know, feel for her, get some emotion and some connection with her. Baby, when she said, you don't even know my name. He's like, well, what is it then? Then she said, Jarita. Are you fucking kidding me? If y'all don't know who the hell Jarita is, if you wasn't watching the original Power, Jarita is Sean's mama. Remember his son, Sean, the one that he killed? Jarita is his mama. The one who was being played by Tasha Smith. Jarita. That's who Jarita is, if y'all didn't know. Baby, I was not ready. You know what? It don't make sense to me. It would never have clicked with me because Jarita was supposed to be from the streets, not for the streets. But this supposed to be her origin story. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on, my chicken was beeping. Go on a second. All right, y'all. I told you I was cooking for real. You see the steam coming off my food? See the steam coming off my food? All right, let me see if I can put this here. We'll change the screen. So, Marvin, he goes out to the bus station and pick up the Midwest Mafia. And he driving them around to all of Stefano's regular spots, trying to get him a feel of the land. And Rock is out there in the park where she met, I think it's the same park that she met Unique in, feeling Mount Breeze, you know. He come in trying to talk slick to her because she's a fucking lady. And Rock let him know, little boy, don't play with me. You think you running these streets, but I am these motherfucking streets. I'm known around these parts. Not only am I known, I know things. And he was like, well, what I know about you is you ain't running shit around here no more. She's like, no matter where the fuck I'm at, it's my streets, okay? He said, you know what? The one thing about you that I can't stand about you bitches is that I don't understand when bitches on this side of money. I know what men do because we all thinking like, we thinking about we in this shit for money and we in this shit for bitches. And I don't know what you in it for, so that kind of worries me. She said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? You're right. I don't worry about bitches. I worry about money. And ain't nobody else gonna fuck up my god doggone money. You and nobody else. And I was like, Rock, you might want to worry about bitches because Tiana is about to fuck up your goddamn money. Or Jarita is about to fuck up your money, honey. Okay. This whole racket that Rock got going on, I thought it was a dumbass idea. You know, but y'all told me in the comment section that I be too negative. Okay. I didn't understand, and I think I said this in last week's episode or maybe the week before, why these high class hoes were coming all the way over to Queens to pick up shit. These random ass white girls gonna be walking in and out of this club here in Queens. And I understand Cafe Voo Voo Voo, that's Lou's spot. You know, it had a mixed clientele, but come on, man. She in the middle of the night, in the middle of the hood, Kanan done rolled up on Kirsten ass and snatched her. She just walked out of the fucking club from doing her pickup right outside of the fucking club, and Marvin's sitting right inside, and she gets snatched up off the goddamn streets by Kanan. Okay, Juke tell Marvin about her deal with Garcia, which again is not well thought out at all. She paying him for information, or so that he could be one step ahead of the game. For what? And she's supposed to help him with the Epps case. Yet he ain't gave her no information. She, like I said, she wasn't even in the fucking game. And then so she like, you know what, but I'm short on paying him. Maybe he can give you some information too. And Marvin's like, I ain't fucking with these cops. Marvin, you might want to fuck with these cops because they on your ass about that doggone killing that they still ain't went back to, okay? But anyway, Marvin's like, no, you got to do this on your own. You know, I didn't even want you to be in this shit. And you out here being gangster than a motherfucker. But this is your debt. You made the deal. You deal with the debt. I'm not helping you out, okay? But I'm proud of you. That's what he tell her, okay? So, speaking of dealing with it, the deal with Kirsten was Kanan snatched her off the street. She basically had to deliver some doo-doo to this dude, okay? He putting it all up his nose, and it does him in. Nose started bleeding, mouth started spitting out blood. If word get out on the street that she got some fucking dirty ass product, Rock is up shit creek, okay? If Joaquin get the word that Rock is cutting his product with some dirty ass shit, she up the motherfucking creek. At least that's how it was in the streets back in my day. Okay, but now, Kirsten, she's standing there watching this man just die, take his last fucking breath in front of her. And she runs out and touches everything that a fingerprint can be left on. So you know the police is finna roll on her ass. You know the police finna roll on her ass because all those fingerprints. Plus the fucking guy was a guy doggone judge. Okay. When she run outside, Kanan out there waiting on her. He said, hey, make sure you tell Rock that Kanan did that shit. Okay. The Kanan did it, right? Now, the Midwest Mafia, we thinking they about to go ride out on Stefano. They load up, right? You know, Finn and Gray Sweatpants and the other dude. They get into the front. Finn in the back seat takes his fucking gun out and pops them both. What? Why would you leave Memphis with two niggas you know you was about to betray? That didn't make no sense. That didn't make no sense. You bring some dudes from Memphis with you and you fuck them over for who? Okay, Kirsten, she ran right on over to Rock to tell her, look her, this is what Kanan said. And Rock is like, hey, keep your mouth closed about what that little boy said to you. Remember, this is a child. Keep your mouth closed about what that little boy said to you. Kirsten said, I'm out. I'm done. Okay. Rock said, well, before you go, keep that shit to yourself. I'm telling you, or I'm gonna put a hurting on your ass. Don't even tell Flossie. We gonna have a problem, right? Well, Finn, just as I suspected, he was working for Stefano. Again, no connection at all, other than Marvin drove him around to Stefano's regular spots. And apparently Finn had let Stefano know the plan. I say this all bad right here, baby. It's all bad. It's hard to trust people who are just guns for hire because they're gonna always go with the money. Stefano was about to send him back to Memphis with twice the money that Rock was gonna pay him. Or is he? I didn't think so. And I was right. And did. Dumb redneck went out the back to the special car that Stefano had set up for him, and it was a backyard. And Giorgio, I think that's how his name is. I think this is his name, Giorgio. Hold on, I'm hungry. I had to wait for the steam to die down. He pops his country ass. Bing, pops him dead. So Kanan did Taz like that too. He stepped to him like Breeze wanted him to do. And Taz said the same thing I said, you being a fool, playing into Breeze's hand. He want us to fight. He want us to fight it out to see which one of us come out on top. But then Taz got too little lippy, got a little bit too cocky, turned his back on Kanan like he was talking shit to him. It may have just been a simple ass fight until Taz brought up Rock. You know, that always sets Kanan off. Why you say her motherfucking name? Anytime you say her name, he gonna see red. Mm-mm. So he talking shit and he tell Kanan, what you got, Kanan? Well, Kanan had a little blade. Sliced his ass right up here. Okay, you want to talk all this lippy? Let me give you open another orifice right here that you can talk out of. Who talking now? Well, Taz tried to grab his piece a second too late. You know this motherfucker want to fight you. You inviting the fight, let you tell it, and you don't have your piece ready. Grabbed his piece, and Kanan was already putting the motherfucking trigger on his ass. Shot him right in the god doggone knee. Brought him to the ground. He down on the floor, flailing and groaning and shit. You know, scooting away. What was he scooting away to? I know he dropped his gun. He should have been letting off on Kanan ass. As soon as he got shot in the knee, he should have been pop at Kanan ass. But no, he dropped the motherfucking gun. It didn't look like he was trying to scoot his ass over to the damn gun. He scoot over, then turn over and look at Kanan and want to offer him another fuck you, Kanan. Because that's all he been saying to Kanan the last fucking times he done met up with him. And Kanan's like, no, fuck you, blah, blah, and killed his ass. Okay? Kanan shut his ass up for good. You ain't talking about shit now. And at the same time, Rock was over there offering Flossie the opportunity for her to shut Kirsten up. You want us to put her down? Like I said, the trick was a federal judge. So Flossie is like panicking that the news is going to be all over this shit. He's a federal fucking judge. And Rock is like, nah, they're going to try to bury it if anything, because they don't want to be pulling up all the judge's old fucking cases to see which one he was high on. Okay? But Flossie tell her, look here, I ain't scared to put a motherfucking trigger for myself. So if I need to take out Kirsten, I will. Okay? Just like Breeze. You know, even though he had Kanan doing his own dirty work, this nigga think he Huck from Scandal. You know what I'm saying? He in there hacksawing Taz up, showing Kanan all the soft spots on the body that hit. Okay, Rock, she in there questioning Marvin about Flossie and why Flossie got a soft spot for him. She like, don't be having no motherfucking side conversations with her ass like you did with Stefano. And he finally stood up to her ass, look her, I've been loyal to your ass all this motherfucking time, and here you go with the bullshit. You still can't fucking trust me. But I could talk to whoever the fuck I want to talk to because I'm a grown ass man. I was like, yes, Marvin, tell her ass. Finally, shit. You the older brother. You know, he's checking his watch like Stefano probably dead right now anyway. He was like, got doggone problem. He tried to come between us and you let him. But I always had your back. I'm your goddamn brother. Okay? And then Lord have mercy, here was another fucking twist. So Kanan and Breeze was going at it in so many words. It's like a subtle fight. Kanan let Breeze know, I ain't finna let you do me like you doing Taz, right? You ain't about to punk me. I'm just as good as you are. He took the hacks off from him and finished chopping up Taz. Bree was like, you ain't got to worry about being him. Kanan said, I ain't worried, but I'm aware. Okay? And Bree's like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. Did you know your daddy, you knew Def Con? And Kanan like, nope. He was already in jail when I was born. Well, Def Con, my daddy too. We brothers, man. We brothers for life, G. Okay? I would never do you like that. You my brother, man. Def Con was with my mama before he was with your mom. I call bullshit. They already established with us early fucking on that Def Con was not out here fucking no woman. I know that gay men can have sex with women. I know that some men, you know, pretend to be sexual with women so people won't know that they gay. But they said Def Con wasn't fucking anybody but a man. He was just using these women as a front to pretend he was with them. So I call bullshit on that. But that's okay. Y'all want to let Def Con be Breeze daddy? What the fuck up? Kanan know it wasn't real. Fuck, Kanan ain't even Def Con's kid for real. He already know that. He know the truth. But Kanan like a lie, don't care who tell it. So I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna keep holding on to the truth. I don't have to even tell the truth. The truth ain't even matter because a lie don't care who tell it. Rock and Kane and Marvin go over to the bar. You know, some little courier in there sitting there with this big ass box. And the box is supposed to be for Marvin and Rock. But you know, Rock went to the back for whatever reason. And Juke tell Marvin, Dude said that he had to be here when y'all signed for it. So he signed for the little package, and I was thinking, oh shit, this is Finn's dismembered head, because you know dismemberment is a thing this particular episode, but that wasn't it. It wasn't Finn's head, but they made sure they sent the message. It was Finn's bloody hat. And Rock is like, what the fuck is that? Marvin say trouble. Trouble. Trouble in my way. I have to cry sometimes. So much trouble. I have to cry sometime. Yeah, Rock finna get it from all ends. Especially if Joaquin coming her too. But y'all better not let Stefano kill Rock. I'm so sick of that shit. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. I don't have an emoji vault trivia for y'all today. Again, if she was with us, she would be doing Raising Kanan, I believe. Or at least watching it. Rest in peace to Miss Honey. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. And again, especially to all the subscribers that I have, because y'all knew me through Miss Honey page. I appreciate you all. Peace.